Welcome to Broker Bytes. I'm Nancy Powell, realtor, broker, and CEO of Powell & Associates, located in the beautiful and historic heart of the CSRA, Augusta, Georgia. Broker Bytes will merge my passions of community involvement, business, and real estate. And I'll combine real estate market updates, local news, hometown happenings, and the best scoops, as well as useful information for the buyer, seller, and investor in the CSRA. Welcome everybody to Broker Bytes, hosted by me, Nancy Powell. In our first edition today, it's Tell Me the Truth. Originally, I was trying to be persuaded into doing two truths and a lie, but I wanted to put a little Nancy spin on it. So the name of the edition is Tell Me the Truth. So I will give you three different facts, and at the end of the show, we will reveal which one is telling you the truth. So here they are in random order. The 1-year appreciation rate for Augusta in 2021 was 20.5%. Number 2, the average sales price for homes in Augusta in 2021 was $164,200. Number 3, the median rent for Augusta in 2021 was $935. Now, at the end of the show, we'll see which one was telling you the truth. We're here today for our Hometown Happenings segment. I am pleased today to have Catherine Ann Martin with me. With February being American Heart Month, it's a time when all people can focus on their cardiovascular health. I have with me today the very best development director for the CSRA Heart Ball in conjunction with the American Heart Association. I have invited Catherine today to share a little bit about some of the local initiatives that are being implemented by the American Heart Association locally and how you can help through giving, donating items for their upcoming auction at the Heart Ball, and volunteering your time. So, Catherine, if you will, just kind of start out by telling us a little bit about some of the local initiatives that are being promoted that y'all are leading the way on to help this area have better health overall.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me, Nancy. I'm really excited to be here. I'm very proud to say that the American Heart Association has an active hand in the community, and we are really passionate about improving the heart health of this area. For example, food access is a real issue here. There are several neighborhoods who are food deserts, which are areas without a grocery store within 5 miles. The median income is very low, etc. And those people don't have means to get to the foods that are going to keep them healthy. So we work with other nonprofits and put together farmers markets that both stimulate the economy by supporting our local farmers and also give those communities access to the foods that they don't have on a regular basis. Specifically, we've been working off of Laney Walker Boulevard. Proud to have served over 1,300 people at that location this year. Right. So food access is a huge priority for us here. We're also working to help the CSRA manage their blood pressure. There are enough people with hypertension or high blood pressure in the CSRA to fill the James Brown Arena 36 times.
Wow.
That is a ton of people.
Yes.
And, you know, when it comes to heart health, you can kind of monitor what you're putting in your mouth. You can monitor if you're smoking. You can monitor your stress levels, but you can't always tell exactly where your blood pressure is. Mm-hmm. And if you have high blood pressure all the time, you can't sit here and say, oh, yep, my blood pressure is high without going to get it checked. So education and awareness is a huge piece of changing the narrative around blood pressure. So we've got a couple of programs that we're working on there. One of them is to help the rural part of the CSRA. We're working to get blood pressure cuffs in the homes of over 300 patients so that they can take their blood pressure at home and then be connected virtually to a medical professional to stay on top of their numbers. On the flip side of that, we are also working with local barbershops in the area for a Check It in the Chair program. Oh. And that is where we're going to train barbers to open up the conversation about high blood pressure with their clients. And we will give them the tools where their customers can check blood pressure right after their haircut, and then be directed to any of the amazing local resources that we have here. So really trying to reach all communities and make sure that people are just aware of the great resources we have, and there are options if you need to take another step.
That sounds exciting
Really
and very well needed. So we are covering the rural areas with having available cuffs, and then we're covering the urban areas by equipping barbershops or whatever in the urban areas to train them to take blood pressure, and you're supplying the materials. If their blood pressure is high, this is where you can go to look further into, ways to lower your blood pressure or prevent it or things like that, to bring them more education.
Exactly. And the common theme amongst both the rural and the urban patients is lack of transportation. Mm-hmm. That can really be a huge obstacle, even when it comes to healthy foods access. Mm-hmm. Lack of transportation is a huge obstacle. So it's really easier to help someone with their health by meeting them where they are. And as much as we would love to, we can't create this wonderful bus or underground metro system in the CSRA. So we're doing what we can right now to have an immediate impact.
Well, that is incredible, and I'm excited to hear about those programs going on. So tell us about some of the fun things that are coming up that the CSRA, American Heart Association, are doing to raise awareness, raise money, and have fun all at the same time.
Sure. So the way we get these wonderful programs off the ground is, of course, raising money. And there are some very fun ways to do that. We've got two major events here in the CSRA, and that's the Heart Walk in March and the Heart Ball, which is going to be in April this year. The Heart Walk is coming up on March 12th. It's going to be at SRP Park at the baseball stadium, which we're really excited about. We usually have about 5,000 people turn out for that event. It's a great opportunity to bring the entire family to learn about heart health. We've got activities for the kids. And you're going to get your feet moving, which really is the first step towards better heart health.
Well, they have screening there as well.
Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of local resources from Augusta University, University Piedmont Hospital System, and doctors, of course. So people will get to really see everything that the CSRA has to offer at that event.
Great.
In April, on April 15th this year, we are really excited to be back in person and back in the ballroom for the CSRA Heart Ball. It'll be at the Augusta Marriott starting at 6:30 p.m., and that is a formal gala. We have a wonderful program where we get to meet some local heart heroes, like we like to call them, and enjoy a dinner, cocktails, and dancing. There's going to be a silent and a live auction. It's a wonderful evening.
Well, that sounds exciting, and I have a special tie to that since I am this year's Heart Ball auction chair. So I'm excited about that, and some great items that we are going to have for bid to be able to raise money to have available resources for all these programs that are, of course, obviously needed badly. What are some ways just regular folks like me or whoever can get involved with the American Heart Association, can, give back, whether it be financially or giving of their time through volunteering? What are a couple of ways that they can do that?
Sure. So we have a ton of opportunities for folks to give back at every single level. We do have some seats available for the Heart Ball still. If there are people interested in that, we've got sponsorship opportunities where they can get a business name out there. So we've got tons of things surrounding the Heart Ball. We do have an opportunity, though, for what is the greatest resource, which is just time. We would love to have volunteers come help us set up and manage some of the stations at both of our events, both Heart Ball and Heart Walk. We are always looking for folks to connect us with communities. So, for example, we have a Women of Impact program where we focus on maternal health in this community and educating women on the difference in heart attack and stroke symptoms from men and women. And we would love to get into some church groups, some Rotary clubs, etc. We love to do hands-only CPR trainings as well. So if you have a group that would be interested in learning that, please reach out and come hang out at one of our farmers markets. We would love some representatives to just talk to the community, be there to kind of field some questions. We'll tell you everything you need to know, and you can kind of be our feet on the street for us.
And can they get a grocery bag of food?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got to come. The local farmers that we have are spoiling me 100%. Going to a grocery store is not the same as buying fresh from your neighbor down the street.
Right.
It really isn't. So we have found a local meat vendor. We find all of our honey locally now.
Wow.
We've got some great fresh vegetables. So absolutely come get some groceries at the farmer's market, and introduce yourself and just say that you'd like to get involved. We need somebody for every single event we've got.
And that usually is true of most nonprofit organizations like the American Heart Association. So as we conclude this, what is the best way for them to contact you, Catherine?
Sure. So they can reach out at CSRA@heart.org. That's CSRA@heart.org. Someone will get back to you within 24 hours if you send us an email there. We are really excited to have our events back in person this year. We're going to do them as safely as we possibly can. Would love if you've got even some auction items that you would like to donate for the Heart Ball auction. Anything from a restaurant gift card to a designer bag, massage gift cards, etc. If you think it might work, then send us an email and we'll be happy to work with you on that too.
And those are tax deductible
Absolutely.
donations. And that is the key because it's on April 15th.
Yes, we're going to give you something more fun to do on tax day this year.
Than filing your taxes.
Yes.
So you got to file your taxes early. Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today about how important the American Heart Association is, and specifically to this area and what y'all are doing. Y'all are really doing a lot to make a difference in the health of the community and bringing about education and awareness, and hopefully we lessen those heart attacks and cardiovascular diseases and things like that through this education, and that is the main goal. So I really do appreciate you coming. The Heart Association has a special place in my heart, and as I know it does for you, so I really appreciate you telling everybody else how we can help and give back and make sure we're all heart healthy for not just February, but all 12 months of the year. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
In today's edition of Real Estate Realities, we're going to discuss the reality of natural appreciation. There are 3 factors that drive the demand for housing and increase it constantly year over year. They are population growth, the fact that people always need a place to live or open a business, and most businesses are concentrated in hotspot cities. So this creates a situation where your property, because of these 3 factors, just naturally appreciates and gains equity year over year, thus creating wealth for you and your family. Whether you're buying real estate to live in for yourself or as an investment, it always produces a return on your investment year after year, usually on average about 3% a year in appreciation on real estate that you own. So it creates a chance for you to build in the now wealth and generational wealth for your family for years to come. In today's edition of Small Business Scoop, I want to highlight, since it is tax filing time and tax season, and everybody's thinking about getting their taxes done and the new rules that are out there, and with the COVID relief and all that, you might feel overwhelmed and kind of nervous about what you're doing. So what better way to do that than to go to a professional? And the small business that I think is the best CPA firm around is Fuller Frost and Associates CPAs. They're located on Walton Way Extension, and they do a variety of things from tax prep to small business accounting to handling your financial wealth. They do really in-depth things with all of your financial needs, They stay on top of all of their education so that they can provide you the very best in service. And something better than all the knowledge and ability that they have is their involvement in the community. Fuller Frost has been involved in the community through some way, shape, or form for over 30 years, and they really feel like being a part of the community and putting their clients and the community first is a strong component of the success that their business has seen. So if you're unsure about filing those taxes this year and you're not really 100% on what deductions you can take or things like that, I highly recommend Fuller Frost and Associates CPAs for all of your tax and accounting needs. In today's edition of Today's Trends, we're going to look at something that is guaranteed to start unfolding in 2022 for us to kind of look at and keep a watch on as far as trends in real estate, mainly investing in real estate, and that is iBuyers. iBuyers are real estate companies that allow consumers basically to buy and sell on demand. They'll buy your home for a price that their algorithms come up with, and it allows you the freedom of non-contingent offers. You don't have to worry about the buyer going through approval process through a bank or anything. It's basically like a cash offer, but all done through the beauty of technology. This is one of the common trends that is going to unfold and evolve in 2022. But my suggestion to you, usually when something's too good to be true, it usually is, before you move forward and sign an agreement with one of these iBuyers, I would highly recommend contacting your local realtor. Let them look over everything. Let them look at what they're offering you and get their advice before making a decision to let an iBuyer buy your property, because you could end up leaving lots of cash on the table, and that prevents you from being able to spend more on your brand new home. In today's edition of Nancy's Notables, I want to take the opportunity to express my extreme excitement about launching this podcast, Broker Bytes. Not only is it geared towards informing the public about real estate in general, giving them the extra edge, whether they're buying, selling, or investing, but it also gives them very useful information about the area, about great things we have going on, whether it be events or progress with business growing and the community growing. And it also shines a light on the great people of the community and how everybody comes together to make this community, Augusta, Georgia, the best there is. So not to forget our Tell Me the Truth. In the beginning of our episode today, we started out with Tell Me the Truth. I gave you 2 lies and a truth, and now I will reveal the one that was the truth. Out of the 3 statements I gave you, the true one is, yes, the 1-year appreciation for Augusta in 2021 was 20.5%. That means all homes in Augusta, Georgia for the year of 2021 appreciated 20.5% from 2020 to 2021. That is crazy. So that is your truth, and I'm telling it to you. And if you enjoyed this episode today, you can always visit my website at powellpropertypros.com to keep up with all the latest information, trends, articles about real estate, buying, selling, or investing, and community info. Or you can follow me on social media through Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn for all your useful information and to keep plugged in to one of the greatest communities in the South, Augusta.